Did you know that
Elden Ring
has a problem? But what is a problem? Is this starving dog a problem? Don't eat the rocks, silly. Here, take this juicy bone instead. Problem solved. Is Fighter PL quitting YouTube a problem?
I'm quitting. I'm quitting YouTube, I'm quitting the streaming.
No. In fact, it's actually quite the opposite. Hang on, this was an April Fool's Day video. Now that's a problem.
Bruh.
Or perhaps you have a problem with me. And if so, why aren't you fighting me, you coward?
The hell is your problem?
There it is again, that word. Problem. But what does it have to do with Elden Ring? Aha! I have it now. Invaders. They are the problem with Elden Ring. But why, you might be thinking? Well, I asked myself this very same question, so I figured I should educate myself more on invasions. But who better to ask at the moment? The Russians. So, I joined a Russian anime dating RP Discord server to begin my investigation. Why do you think invaders are such a problem in Elden Ring?
Я не играю в Elden Ring. Как объяснить, что я говорю на русском? Не интересует.
Yeah, I didn't think this language barrier through, did I? Why do you guys think that invasions are such a problem in Elden Ring?
What?
He's Irish, Skip.
Christ, I had an easier time understanding the Russians. I'll tell you why invasions in Elden Ring are such a problem. It's because they are annoying. Now, before you invade my home in real life and attack my family in a blind rage over that previous statement, I want you to know that this is not my opinion, it's just a topic that I find very interesting and I want to explore. Why do people find invaders so annoying? And it's not a new phenomenon either. People have been mauling at invaders since Demon Souls.
Ready? Ready?
And if we look at how widely successful Elden Ring sales figures are compared to From Software's past games, Elden Ring just really broke into the mainstream, and with that, it brought in a whole new audience of players who have never played these games before, and therefore have never experienced the invasion mechanic. So a lot of the frustrations people are venting about online makes sense to me, and of course, whether you're the invader or the invaded, there can be a lot of frustration for both parties. But where do we draw the line between frustration and toxicity?
You know, it's a great question.
Thank you, Morbius. I'm glad you think so.
Hey man, I appreciate your time.
Fuck off. So let's rewind the clock and go back in time just a little bit to March 19th. On this fateful day, a speedrunner and content creator known as DragonBlitz posted this. Elden Ring hacker ruins my 100+ hour save file. In the video, DragonBlitz unknowingly invaded someone who was a hacker, and they basically sent him to the Shadow Realm, which soft locks your save file.
What? Did you just crash my game with that spell? What the fuck was that?
Being infinitely respawned over and over again in a kill zone, this is clearly a huge issue, and any sane person will be requesting for the developers to fix this, which they have since addressed, but not everyone seemed to share that sentiment. There was so much discourse, in fact, that the Reddit mods decided to lock the post in order to keep the community safe and civilized. A lot of people acknowledged the hacker problem, others tried to turn this into a console war. Well, that's not good. But it was clear, a lot of people are sick and tired of invaders. But what we just saw is not an expression of frustration. This is just pure toxicity, actual unhinged behavior. But in a way, it's not entirely surprising. Some people just want to co-op with their friends and not have to deal with a tryhard invading them every few minutes, which is a very reasonable point. But responding with toxicity is not the right way to go about it. This guy was actually a good sport and was just having fun. Not every invader out there wants to ruin your day. A lot of them just want to make a ridiculous build and see if they can make it work in multiplayer. And oftentimes it doesn't work out and invaders have to put up with a lot of crap too, but that's a side you don't often see. I've invaded hosts that abuse exploits. I've invaded at level 5 and encountered gang squads with end game gear. But that just comes with the territory of invasions and why people like to invade. It's just unpredictable, you don't know what you're going to get into next. But what I wanted to highlight here is that a lot of invaders just want to have fun too, and we don't expect fairness in an invasion, but oftentimes we do encounter people who are bad sports. And the thing with invasions is that the host is not responsible for the invader's fun, and the invader is not responsible for the host's fun. And judging by a lot of discourse I see online, both sides hate each other. So where can we draw common ground? Well, it's simple really, just don't be a cunt to one another. Don't use exploits just to get a cheap win. Don't corrupt other people's save files with hacks just because you don't like the invasion mechanic. Don't partake in hate mail and give clowns content for their toxic fan bases. And most importantly, it's just a game and it's not even a competitive one at that. Invasions are a mini-game with wildly unbalanced weapons and abilities, so just go have fun with it and don't take it so seriously. I swear, some of you fuckers think you're competing in an e-sport or something. It's not that serious. Or you can just be like me and play other games because Elden Ring got boring.
Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Now I need some changes in my life. Now I need to move on in life. Now